Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did, we basically finished off one of the patches, I think, where now the Signs of the Seventh Dawn have moved to the Rising Stones, from the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones. In Revenant's Stall, we also defeated King Mugglemog, and today we're going to go and at least begin the video with fighting the extreme version of that fight. Now once again, like I said earlier, at some point, some people may see this like queuing up in Julie Finder for an extreme as absolute freaking sacrilege, which, you know, to each their own. I don't care. At least these extreme fights aren't too bad. And we're already with 4 people who know what they're doing, so. Anyway, I'm gonna be back once this thing pops, and if it doesn't pop, I can always make a party finder too. Anyway, BRB. After a lot of toil and trouble, we got ourselves a group. Jesus, that took long. But here we are. Ready for however the hell this is gonna go. This battle is, to a certain degree, complicated. So, the big mechanic of this fight is that at some point he's gonna summon the boys. And from this point onward, good old King Mugglemog is going to be invincible. Another thing that you should remember from, if you're tanking in any case, oh, that's bad, is that, is that you need to take, so both tanks, like one tank needs to take the sword boy and the other tank needs to take the axe boy. Do not have them both out, because that is going to be bad. What is happening? Somebody's... Uh-oh, indeed. Mark Meteor! Boom. So, the biggest mechanic to this fight is that you cannot damage King Mugglemog directly. So the thing you need to do is bring all of the adds to low health and then kill them. Because the way that it works basically is that the lower the HP of the adds before you kill them, the more damage that King Mugglemog is going to take. The thing King Mugglemog basically does is like use his HP to heal up the adds. And then at some point he's going to say, fuck it. I think after like 2 runs of healing his minions, he's going to say, fuck it, and use Momentum Moogle. And this will wipe you, basically. So the thing that you need to do is lower his health as much as you can by lowering the health of all the adds before you start killing them, so that he gives more of his HP to the adds. And then, after the 3rd one, when you have this Momentum Moogle, you need to kill all of the adds, and then you can kill him. It's kind of an indirect way of doing all of this stuff, but I actually don't dislike it as much as I thought I would. This fight used to be a lot different in the normal version, and it always like felt like a mess to me, this fight. But now that it has changed, it really, like, I can just deal with it, really, honestly. Alright, once again I'm going to be doing the same thing. Grabbing the sword boy. Lord of all the land! I need to leave. I think I was too late. What is the decree? This music is the best. What is in here? Oh, gloom. I see. Oh god. Yep, I accidentally killed him. Whatever, it works out, honestly. Go. So as you can see, now King Mugelmark was kind of difficult to save, and now he's at like at half health. As opposed to like last time we were 2 rounds in, he was already, like he was still at like 60% health or something, so. Also, wow, this is bad. Thrown for a loop, I see. So that is that attack, huh? What you decree. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that attack before, actually. Also, this is a bad situation to be in. These enemies do damage. Like, more damage in that area, so... These enemies do damage, yes. As a matter of fact, yes. I'm just going to keep damaging him. I'm going to use the freaking Delta attack, basically, which one-shots people. And then we have Pump Cure. Being casted. Mock Meteor! And Raylag's dead. It's a good thing that we have a summoner, huh? No, just because I don't feel like I'm gonna use Hallowed Ground, because otherwise I'm probably gonna die. So many buffs. Look at all these people just dead. I don't really know much of the other mechanics that are happening around me, I'm not gonna lie. Woofs. There's people have like a damage stack and another stack too, so... At the moment they're doing a lot of damage because of this. So we for a loop. My god. This is so messy. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've seen this fight be this messy for people. And I'm gonna get the Shaggy song. Boy. Because he needs to be on lower health. This is gonna hurt too. What has happened? Oh, somebody went down. Okay, this is where we need to kill the ads and then kill the big boy. Before he manages to finish casting his Memento Moogle. Please don't kill me. Jesus Christ. And now we need to kill him before he finishes casting Memento Moogle. Use that LB, please. LB, that boy. Man. If this dude lives because we didn't use the LB, I'm gonna be so... Okay. Well, that was... the thing you get from this fight is this, like, item level 100 accessories. That's what you usually get. Well, that was a mess. But you know, at least we managed to do it. Okay, I'm gonna go and finish these beast trap quests and then I will be right back for MSQ time. Alright, I have prayed and I have returned. Alright. Let us pray continue with the MSQ with. But I first need to type something. Main failure. Milady. Truly, there's no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amalgina and Sons Mineral concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been a target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. Surprise Pikachu face. The brass plates charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Yastora when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence... hiccups, sorry. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Nod. Now I'm having hiccups like crazy. To Horizon we go. Yes. But of course. What is wrong with me? Don't answer that. Pistola. Ah, Lynn, your assistance is most welcome. Why? It's so weird. The camera suddenly, like, it's a lot more, I don't know, easy to manipulate, I guess? It's weird. Anyway, I've already spoken at length with the brass plates of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might better be spent in conversating with Fufalupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Fufalupa. Oh, hello there, Lynn, was it? Yastora is said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantities of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection, and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off towards Eastern Thailand, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thailand. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, then. Against all expectations, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thievery, or simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
Oh.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Bring me to your leader. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufulupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Hey, my boy. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Ufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone amongst our ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass plates were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to us. Or to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. But who... Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley. A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Lynn? You lie on way to the north, and I shall do the same on the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Off he goes. Oh, okay. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Double nod. Combo nod. Let's. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Standing watch. For a long time. Movement in the distance. Guards, no matter, kill him. Get asked, fool. More? No. I ain't dying in this. Something. I couldn't read because there was something in the way. Gestola. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed. Nice get up. The gang are sea wolf thieves, and in Thailand no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them? Aye, and all with the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Money? Thank you. If you'd be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I've inquiries to make. To Horizon then. Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Now I'm thinking about it, what shop was even the last one I played? Like in the last normal content I did? I do not remember at all. I did just play White Mage, so I guess the next one I'll do a Scholar or something. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Royce, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love. And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No. But he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Laminson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes, she's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Ugh. And that shit just does that. Okay, and for the sake of running around with a different freaking glamour, let's go and show off my Scholar glamour! I will be playing as... Let's see. There we go. I will be playing as Scholar for the next duty, so I may as well run around with this. I also... In combination with the entire new glamour, I also got this beautiful little book. There we go. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Brass Blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Let me also go and change this to Mount Roulette. Time for me to remember how... Well, I wouldn't really say time for me to remember how Scholar works, because at level 50 I know it. I know it well enough. It's just at level 60 starts to become a little bit woozy. My knowledge on the job. And then, like, at level 70, you lost me. Right, Alphina. Good day. You're late. Why is it so weird? Like, what is happening with my camera? It feels different. Anyway, you're late. No matter. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? In Northard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Guardian Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Uldalin. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan sworn on a royal promenade. You're uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in all that. Boy, if you don't... Boy has some sass in him. Or ego. Probably a combination of both. Anyway, Hastings Strip. The Chamber of... The Chambre of Groen. Beep. Run, Lynn. Run. It just pops, okay, nice. It matters not how many times you ask, without the necessary permissions none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition, time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior, allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness? Away with you, and darken these doors no longer, I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather you, please, fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart, I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphino Levier, at your service, my friend. Or a friend. Which, I believe, makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the Quicksands. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. I don't really understand why... Actually... Actually... Let me check something for a second. Where is this glamour at? It's over here, and I indeed do not have a neck thing on. But I would normally be able to see this thing. Or this thing already is glamored, okay, so it just doesn't work, alright. Find it a little bit weird, because you can see a lot of the neck, and then the game doesn't allow you to wear, like, to show neck wear on this particular set, which is curious to me. But oh well. Ugh, whatever. Alfie, no. Let me go and sit. For maximum immersion. Son of a... She stood up.
We have traveled some
Yes.
several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Yugiri. If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me, good madam. If you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Mamadi! Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Lynn? Course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. See, but just sent word they can't come. Meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Haha! Go and call on Frideri, that's interesting, and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell him I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show him those letters. That should set him straight. Right, so these are in the merchant street, basically. Bum, ba ba bum. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? Get a load of this. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. She's in the business for feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Mamodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Jesus Christ. Wow. That is what some people would call savage. Sauvage. The new fragrance. Oh, help. Jump. It didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri that it's all in hand. I dared not hope for such magnanimity. Much as expected, Mistress Mamodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Of course people want to send me shit right now. They'll have to wait a minute. Lady Yagiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alfino. I swear we will return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yagiri, for naught has been given. This small favor, you're nearly one with your words. What? And this with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You'll be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Okay. Pip. To the Royal Promenade. Right. No. There we go. The place of many cutscenes. The Royal Promenade. That's not a joke. That's a fact. Reborn. A pleasure, Lynn. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. Bum. Bum.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a full resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, They see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Complete. Alright, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode of us playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we're going to go and continue with helping Yugiri find a place for refuge. Goodbye.